Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, Roundtable Restructuring. Today's presentation will be recorded and sent out to all registered participants and also will be posted on the Hub. We will have a Q&A portion throughout the presentation. You can type your questions in the question box on the webinar doc. Now on to Bonolo with Textile Exchange. Bonolo?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on our roundtable restructuring. Just to quickly remind you all that we follow Chatham House rules at Textile Exchange, and we ask that any of the information that is presented today is not shared with any other third parties. As Rose mentioned, my name is Bonolo, and I am the senior coordinator in the Fibers and Materials team. And I have been leading on the work that we've been doing on the roundtable governance strategy. Today's webinar will be looking at the history of the roundtables at Textile Exchange and the new direction of travel that we will be taking. We will look at our new governance structure, as well as how we will be using the Hub and updating the terms of reference. So Textile Exchange has run roundtables for the past 9 years, attracting over 100 people to individual sessions, from farm groups to manufacturers, brands, retailers, NGOs, and trade associations. The roundtables have created an engaged and empowered group of stakeholders that continue to share best practices, identify market issues and barriers, as well as determine resources and tools needed to support these barriers, whilst also connecting unique stakeholders within the value chain. During the first half of 2022, we will pivot our roundtables to emphasize more of an action-oriented approach to help us deliver on our ambitious Climate Plus strategy. We have reviewed the process that has been taken previously in managing our roundtables to increase the consistency of our approach and as far as how we manage them, and to also improve administration, goal setting, and KPIs. Our review has led us to aligning our meetings, renaming groups, and updating our terms of reference to make sure that our approach is similar across roundtables. So if you're a participant that is registered to more than one roundtable, your experience should be the same, regardless of the fiber category that you're focusing on. And recognizing that the roundtables are the implementation arm of our Climate Plus strategy, this new structure gives us the opportunity to accelerate action by developing and partaking in pilot projects, supporting impact measurement and research, as well as scaling proven and innovative solutions. This diagram you will see on the screen now is the new governance structure for our roundtables. So right now, as we pivot, Textile Exchange will take the lead on our strategy. That will mean that the roundtable leads will take charge of the roundtables to make sure that we are action-oriented, get industry buy-ins, as well as setting meetings and making sure that the discussion is focused. Working groups within the roundtables will be focused on delivering a specific time-bound task, and this group will consist of either internal or external members, and the tasks will be aligned to our Climate Plus strategy as well. As some of you may already know, some roundtables have advisory groups. So moving forward, we will be transitioning these advisory groups from their current state, and we will use the roundtable community to bring everyone along on the journey and drive active engagement across the wider roundtable community. Given that we want to make sure that our community is actively engaged outside of the working groups and the roundtable sessions themselves, we will use the Hub as our primary platform for engagement. So you will begin to see posts posted frequently by the coordinators and the leads of each fiber category. The Hub will also be a platform for facilitating connections between industry leaders to share knowledge and drive change. and we encourage all participants to make sure that they are signed up to the hub. But of course, if you have any issues with accessing the hub, haven't been able to sign up to it, or simply don't know what your details are, then please reach out to one of the roundtable leads, and we will make sure that you are all supported on your journey to getting on the platform. A key aspect of the changes that we have made, as mentioned, is updating our terms of reference to reflect some of the changes that we have. All existing and new roundtable participants will be asked to sign our terms of reference so that they have a clearer understanding of our vision, mission, scope, and objectives, as well as what we mean by driving action within the roundtables. So that means there will be, our aim essentially is to drive greater engagement amongst participants across roundtables, make sure that participants can actively contribute to finding solutions for addressing industry needs and identify opportunities for driving impact, as well as making sure that they have a clearer understanding of the commitments and responsibilities within the structure. Discussions on terms of reference will be done in Q3 with roundtable leads. So if you haven't already had an update meeting with your roundtable leads, one should be set up soon, and roundtable leads will go into greater detail on those changes. But what I do want to reassure you is that these changes aren't significantly different from what we've previously had on the terms of reference. They are just much more refined as far as making sure that everyone is aware of what is expected of roundtable participants. Are there any questions so far?
No questions so far.
Okay. And then, okay. And I just also wanted to give you all an idea of the roundtable conference, the roundtable summits during conference. So the roundtable summits themselves will take place on Monday and on Friday, with the cotton, animal fibers, and leather taking place on Monday afternoon, synthetics on Friday morning, and MMCF on Friday afternoon. The aim of these roundtable sessions will be to make sure that we are all aligned on shared objectives, KPIs, and also to make sure that we have a clear idea of some of the emerging topics within each fiber category, so that we can start to develop key topic areas for the working groups moving forward, and we can start to integrate some of the industry needs into our work plans as we continue to develop our roundtable summits for next year. Meg, was there anything else that you wanted to add to that?
No, I think you covered it all.
Okay, perfect. Well, that went by much quicker than expected. So are there any further questions?
No, super clear, no questions.
Okay. Just to, I guess, update everybody as far as the cadence of the meetings moving forward, they will, roundtable sessions themselves will take place on a quarterly basis. When that cadence begins will be, if you're a roundtable participant, you should be informed on when that cadence will start by your roundtable lead. And that information will be given to you in due time. But as far as the working groups themselves, those meetings will occur much more frequently depending on the needs of the projects that the group is working on.
Great. And
sorry, go ahead, Meg.
Great, thank you, Bonolo. And I think just to kind of add to, we're really excited about this new path forward and to build off of the incredible work that's been done. We're very open to feedback. So if today doesn't feel like the right time, please email us at a later date or feel free to reach out at your convenience. I think it's also important to note that this is a great opportunity to, as Vanilla was saying, really drive collective action, and that we need everyone to actively and equally participate. So we're excited to see 76 people on this call engaged, and we hope to further this level of engagement. The summit's in person and then ongoing next year to be able to arrive at these shared objectives and then KPIs as we build these out in the upcoming years to meet our Climate Plus targets, goals, and really kind of our shared collective goals as well. So looking forward once again to working with each and every one of you.
Vanilla, if I could jump in. We've got a few questions coming through. The first one is from our own team, but it would be great if you could share the roundtable leads' names so that everyone can know who they're looking out for. You're on mute, I believe.
Sorry. For cotton, we have Rui Fontura. For rPET and biosynthetics is Kate Riley. Animal fibers is Anna Heaton. For leather, it's Nicole. And then our MMCF lead will be joining us soon, and that information, as their name will be shared with everybody as soon as they're onboarded.
Thank you. And then we've got a couple of questions about the scope of the group. So for the cotton group, will that include the various different recognized programs for cotton and also recycled? And the same for synthetics, would that include recycled as well?
The scope as far as the roundtables themselves or the working group, sorry?
The roundtables as a whole.
Yeah. So the roundtables, yes, they should include a variety of stakeholders within both cotton and biosynthetics. Does that answer your question? Sorry.
I think it's more, so they'll be covering the cotton, for example, it will cover from organic all the way through to recycled with some other programs.
Yes, it
right?
will. Yes, it will. It will. Sorry, I didn't get that question right. Yes, it will.
And then we had a question about the home and hospitality roundtable.
Okay.
Because I haven't mentioned that. We mentioned the 4 roundtables. Will we be reinstating the home and hospitality roundtable at any?
At the moment, no, we won't be reinstating it. We do encourage any participants who were registered to home and hospitality to sign up to the other 7 roundtables that we have available, because we believe that a lot of the work that would have been addressed in those sessions is very cost-cutting and can be addressed in all of the other roundtables. But for now, we have no plans of reinstating that roundtable.
And just to kind of build on that answer, I think the question is also referring to the summit agenda. As we have a cotton summit planned, we have a synthetic summit planned, a man-made cellulosics and animal fibers. And the intention there is that we get all key stakeholders in those key categories together. Example being under synthetics, that we have people that are trying to solve for recycled as well as biosynthetics. So we're thinking about the portfolio approach. And that also applies to cotton as it stands with all of the sustainable programs, really ensuring that we have organic at the table, and we're looking at the spectrum of options and opportunities to drive continuous progress and continuous movement forward. So we're excited about testing this out at the roundtable summits and really having a larger kind of group or representation of this work for each category.
Thanks, Meg.
And then for
Any other
those
questions?
Yes, for those who are not yet signed up to the roundtables, how do people go about that?
So on our website, there is a roundtable page that will show you the selection of roundtables we have available. I know that the home and hospitality page is currently still on there, but that will be removed in the future. So there is a sign up form that you can sign up to the roundtables on. And as soon as you've signed on, you will receive an email from Textile Exchange welcoming you to the roundtable and also giving you the details on how to sign up to the hub.
Thank you. And then for those who are existing and they need to sign the updated terms of reference, how can they access?
Sorry, you cut off a bit there, Siobhan. How can they access the terms of reference, did you say?
Yes, the updated terms of reference that needs signing.
Yeah, so those will be on the website, but to make it easier for everyone to sign the terms of reference, because we know it can be a tedious process, what we will be doing moving forward is that when you sign up for a roundtable, there will be, within the registration link, there will be a box at the end of the registration sign up form that you will tick to indicate that you have read, understood, and agreed to the terms of reference. We thought that that would be the most manageable approach for existing participants, so that they don't have to go through the laborious process of filling out another sign up form. And also it's much easier for us to manage the process internally that way.
And then there's a couple of questions about, for those who may or may not be signed up, is there a way they can check which roundtables their company has already signed up for?
I would say send us an email and then we can perhaps let you know specifically, but there isn't a way you can check online, I don't think.
And which email should people reach out to?
You can use my email at the beginning of the presentation, which is just here, and I will find out for you and I'll respond to your email. And I will also make sure that that's shared in the chat as well with everyone.
There's a couple more questions. Will biosynthetics and recycled polyester merge into one roundtable? And is the sustainable cotton roundtable open yet?
For the roundtable summits, yes, the rPET and and biosynthetics roundtables will be merged into one. Moving forward, we haven't had any discussions around that yet, but if any changes do occur, we will communicate that to the community. And the sustainable cotton, hasn't launched yet. And again, more information will be provided to participants in due time.
And one question, which is more of a future strategy, are there any plans for any future roundtables, i.e. policy or circularity?
Not at the moment. I think what we are trying to make sure that we are doing is that we're integrating those topic areas across our roundtables, to make sure, again, that we're not having discussions in silos, and to make sure that we are having those discussions around circularity and policy in a way that's meaningful to the material category that we're addressing, and in a way that addresses issues specific to those roundtables. But at the moment, there aren't any plans to create separate roundtables for those topic areas.
Great, thank you. And then one more note is that current participants will have visibility within the hub communities of who is already signed up using the directory. So people can take a look there if they're looking for those lists.
Okay, thank you.
That's all our questions. Thanks, Mano.
No problem. One thing I would say around the structure is that what we are trying to do is to make sure also by phasing out the advisory groups is that we have key players in the industry also supporting other smaller actors, and making sure that they can take a leadership position within our working groups to drive that change and make those connections. So we really want to bring everybody along on this journey with us to make sure that we, as Meg mentioned, are driving collective action and that we're meeting industry needs by bringing along diverse voices and perspectives on this journey. But as always, if there are any other questions, please feel free to ask. Meg, is there anything else that you wanted to touch on while we're still here?
I think you've covered the vast majority. And once again, we're open to feedback and thoughts. So please reach out not only with questions, but any suggested considerations and actions as well.
I see on my end, Siobhan, that there's one more question in the Q&A. Or is that just me?
No, all sorted.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think if that is everything for everyone. Oh, we have another question, sorry.
It's people are congratulating this milestone of re-strategizing the roundtables. So those are the comments coming in.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonolo, for providing this information to our participants and those that joined to provide additional information. And thank you for participating in today's webinar. As a friendly reminder, an email will be sent to all registered participants with a link to today's presentation. That concludes our webinar. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.